to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Mitten Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We have the scent of the month every month, and for the month of February, it is Amber Romance. You get 25% off that fragrance. We also have other sale items as well, so swing on by and check that out. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. So we got a couple things on the couple segments.
Did you do this yet?
Yeah, you were too busy.
Did you show it?
No. That's your part, and you're too distracted.
Well, the dog was licking the iPad, and all my stuff was going away.
Yeah.
And
So here's a little note for you. Did you know a tongue works just like a finger? And so when the dog is licking your iPad, he will change pages and everything else, click links and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, he's over there surfing the internet with the iPad. It's our IT doggy.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got a couple segments to go through today.
And those include farm happenings in the coop, squeal like a pig in the arena, and roundup.
All right, so let's get it underway. Farm happenings.
Farm happenings.
College.
Was this the first week? It was, huh?
Yeah, he's
Second week.
No, it's first week.
First week?
He's first week back.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
it seemed like it's a
long
time ago.
week.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yep, he started back to college this week, and he decided to do his solo flight in the car this week all by himself to school. So, yeah. I was cool with it. I didn't stress. Although maybe that's why I ate 6 Krispy Kreme.
Well, I get the text at work, he's driving out of the thing, and that's the day I actually was doing interviews, so I got some positions I'm filling at work, and so I was tied up all day long, so normally I give you a call at least some point in time during the day to check in on things, and that didn't happen just because I had a busy schedule on Thursday, right? It was, so, and that's the day that he decided he was going to drive on his own, so...
Yeah.
So you didn't have any way of venting, or not venting, but
Commiserating.
letting it out, and So I get the text that as he's driving out the gate, the picture of that. But so he made it there, made it back, all in one piece. He followed rule number 1 in driving. We established rule number 1 first thing: don't hit anything. So so he didn't hit anything, which is good. And so he's flying solo now, so.
Yeah.
But, so school is underway, and,
Yep, he had a good first week and loves all his classes, so that's really cool to see
always
that.
helps.
Yeah. So then it's all you.
Is it all me?
It's all you.
All right. Well, okay, kind of take off on the flying solo to school. It's kind of been like spring weather here. And we have killdeer that have their nests here because we got water.
Killdeer are birds.
Yeah, our killdeer birds. We've talked about it in the past. It seemed like every spring we talk about it because they come back here, and we keep getting a bigger and bigger crowd, I think, because all the babies come back here too, and they do their nests because we got the little lake in the back, so they got the water, and they got food, and they got chickens and ducks and geese to hang out with, and so they all hang out at the water at night, But the young killdeer that have hatched recently are now learning to fly, and so I was out doing some filming of stuff that we'll get to in a little bit here. But as I'm doing this, I hear overhead, the tweet, 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 tweet. So when they're learning to fly, they get all excited, and you just hear them just tweet.
Because it sounds like, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, so there's 2 of them that just keep circling around because they're trying to stay close, and you can see the mom and dad over, kind of, tweeting back on occasion from probably where the nest once was, So you just see him keep flying around, tweet, 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 all excited. So kind of like Jimmy, he did his maiden voyage, and these baby killdeer are doing their maiden voyage. But it was pretty funny. But this weekend's been a busy weekend.
Because you have a 4-day weekend because of the holiday.
Yeah, I got a holiday and I had Friday off, so I've got my, I've got way too many things on my list that I'm planning on doing with the amount of time I actually have, and I do that. It's like trying to lay it all out on the table, figure out what I'm going to do. But because we've been having really good weather, and last year Dawn didn't really get her garden, so I thought, well, this year I'm going to make sure that you get your garden. So we did. Friday I kind of spent some time. That's another thing. Friday, we'll get to it. I took Jimmy up to the bank, and he got his bank account. He got his first bank account with checking and all that stuff. So
because you had to have an ID.
Yeah, and a whole other thing. But but Friday I had started getting things laid out, and then pretty much Saturday was so we're doing 12 by 12 raised like garden area. I set up 2 of those in the backyard. So I got the form, the 12 by 12 boards put together, and I sink them down in the dirt just a bit so we don't get critters digging under and getting into our garden. And I got all the dirt in there and the mulch and all of that all ready to go. So the plant or the garden thing is ready to go. This is probably the biggest we've done so far. So 12 by 24. I can actually add another one if we wanted to. If Dawn gets all crazy with their gardening stuff.
Sometimes that happens.
But the weather's good now. But the problem is we're going to get into a freeze. Because even in the mornings, although it's getting into like 75 degree weather here, and I think down in LA it's even
85.
It's 85. Yeah. It's like 10 degrees hotter out there. It's still getting down to the low 30s. So we have like 34 degrees in the morning. So it's still borderline freezing, which worries me about our trees, which we'll get to. So we got the gardening area started, and so we're talking about planting, potatoes, because those you can get started because they're in the ground, onions and garlic and all the stuff that we can get in the ground now. We'll get that started, and I told Donna, go ahead and start other stuff too, because we don't know. Sometimes we get the freeze, sometimes we don't, and it really sucks when you got stuff going and then it freezes and kills it off, but you can always start again. Because you're no further behind than if you waited till after the freeze to plant it anyway. So you can throw it in there. She likes to watch it grow. The secondary benefit is we actually get fresh vegetables and stuff, but she just likes to watch it grow. So
yeah, me and acorn squash seeds go all over the place.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like Johnny Appleseed with those because I love the leaves.
Well, when you open up an acorn squash, you got a whole bunch of seeds. What better thing to do than stick them in the ground? So the Dawn's like the little chipmunk that's burying these seeds all over the backyard. So when we get some rain and we start seeing stuff come out, it's like, there's probably some acorn squash there. So the reason why we did 2 separate ones is because some of the stuff, the squash tends to take over everything. So I figure one will be for all the squash stuff, the stuff that tends to spread out, and the other one will be for the other stuff like the tomatoes and the potatoes and the onions and whatnot, stuff that...
getting this planned out, huh?
For you, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that you don't go all crazy, and we'll have 50 squash plants, and everything else will die off because it's all covered underneath the squash. So because they have so many seeds, so... So anyway, we got that started, and with the springtime like weather, our fruit trees are starting to bud out, and actually our apricot trees are actually flowering now, which those are our earliest tree to get started, and I'm just cringing knowing that we're getting down to like 34, And the problem is, the bees are pollinating it already; they're already doing their thing, but. If we get a freeze, it's going to impact how much fruit we get on those. Not that
we won't.
Yeah, it'll kill off the flowers before, So I'm hoping that we stay fairly warm, but it's always the fun of living in the high desert where the weather does crazy stuff. We've gotten snow in
late February.
Yeah. So a week or 2 ago. We did our area did get snow.
Yeah.
So it is, I'm just anxious. Weather's nice, so it's like, got to be outside. Got to be doing farming stuff.
You can tell your face is red from sun.
It's tan. So anyway, so we got the fruit trees done and whatnot, and while I'm out,
we have about 43-ish or more.
We got more than 40 trees, out there, and like I said, the apricots are the first ones to flower, and then it'll be the cherries, which are getting close to flowering, and then it'll be probably the plum, and then trying to think what'll happen next. The pear, apples are late. But the Asian pear stuff will probably be the next after that. So it's,
Is the pomegranate dead?
No, pomegranate. It just looks like that when it's wintertime. All the trees look dead until and that'll be the last one to start is the pomegranate.
I want to get a fig because my fig had died.
Yeah, the fig and fig. And so, and it's funny because I was out there, I always say Dundee's my ranch dog, my farming dog, my sidekick. And the whole time I'm working out there in the garden, the whole time, at my heel, Sadie is... She's looking up at me the whole time, just smiling, and I'll go rake and, I'll spread out the mulch and get it all smoothed out, and she'll go walk through it and check it out, and then I have to go run over and get something over at the container, and she just follow along the whole time, just smiling up at me. She's just as happy as can be.
Daddy's girl. I mean, she is farm girl.
I mean, she was like just as happy as can be. She'd lay down into the planter and
oh yes, roll.
The mulch.
We all had baths yesterday.
That's timing's everything, right? So the dogs they all got bathed, and now they all smell like dirt because we were out doing
farming.
So Dundee will go out there, but he likes shade.
Yeah.
So when I'm out working out in the open, he's off under the solar panels, or he's off, in some shady area. But he can still see me, but he's got to be in the shade. Where Sadie's she's just as happy as can be, just sitting out there.
Never a foot away from you.
So I guess Sadie's my other farmer
farm
dog.
Girl.
Yeah, farm girl. I couldn't take her hiking with me because I think she'd get lost.
No, she would wake
out. Dundee's, he's my hiking dog. She's my farm girl.
Yeah.
How's that? So, but while I was out, whenever I go out in the back, in the far back of our property, we've left it kind of natural. We haven't cleared it. And so, we've got the natural terrain of the desert with the bushes and the plants and the sand and whatnot. And we get a lot of rabbits out there. And Dundee's favorite thing to do is go look for the bunnies. And so after he'll come up to me and start whining because he wants to go out there and look for bunnies. So I take him out there and Papi Chulo, tailing right behind, and he goes from bush to bush to bush until he gets a bunny, and he'll chase after it. He wouldn't know what to do if he caught up with it. And he never does.
He's wanting to hurt it.
Yeah, he wants to just corral it. I mean, he's not going after him. It's fun, chasing something, So I had them out there, and he generally will find one or two, and they'll chase them from the bushes over into we have containers, like the shipping containers that we use for storage, and the bunnies will go underneath those for protection. So he'll scurry them out of the bush and then go chasing after them, and Papi Chulo is always following behind, but that's one of the things that Dundee just loves doing is chasing after them. Like I said, he wouldn't know what to do if he ever caught up with them. He'd probably try and corral them, but
because he doesn't bug the chickens or geese or ducks. They play. He plays with
unless it's time for unless we're putting them away.
Yeah, then it's roundup time. They know when I go like this to get them. And
now
Papi is actually herding them.
Yeah, Papi actually did better than Dundee getting the chickens into the coop. But so they kind of know their thing. But with the bunnies, it's funny because he just bush to bush to bush. He's like, "Where's the bunny? Where's the bunny?" And then off they go and they get to run a little bit. And Papi, he keeps up with Dundee though, which is I mean he's like
fast.
Which he's small, and so he's running through the brush. So occasionally he gets a little scratched up, but. He's a boy.
He is all boy.
So yeah, so it was a lot of fun out there. The weather's getting nice, so it's fun to get out there and play. So
Yeah, have to start watching for snakes though.
Yeah, true. But so after the podcast, which happy Valentine's Day for those. This is Valentine's Day for us. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day. Because you'll be watching us after the fact, but it is Valentine's Day today. So after this, we'll probably go out. I got to finish up the fencing around the garden area. Get the little gate thing so you can go in and out. You know, the idea is to keep all the critters from getting in and stealing our vegetables, which.
Are we going to electrocute it?
We may put electrified fence around it just to keep things intact, because occasionally they get around our chicken wire. So, I'm debating on that one. So, but I got to do that, and we'll get that finished up, and maybe get some potatoes in the ground, and get started. Yeah. So, I guess that's it for farm happenings, and get on to some knitting stuff. I know what you guys have been waiting for. Really, just the knitting. We just put up with us while we're talking about our
baby.
Our outside fun stuff. Come here, buddy.
He's trying to burrow in my arm.
Come here.
Yeah. So in the coop, I have my Scrappy Happy Blanket number 2, and I'm using the pattern by Georgie Hallam on Ravelry, which is a free download. And let's see here. Do I have any on that end? No. I have one over here, and I have it where I was going to start one today. So here's one here, and I love this one. It's TG Knits sent me this, and it is so pretty. It's just beautiful colors, and this one is from her too. And it's pinks and greens, and it's all over the place right now. So then it's this edge that I got a whole bunch of them done this week. So yeah, from last week, my shawl, I got those 2 colors put in here, and
cool.
So
convenient. You got the yarn already out. You may as well.
Yeah, it was already ready to go. So got that. I have to do my square today. I'm trying to keep it where it doesn't fall off the needles.
It's always a good thing.
Yeah. And then I have my James sock. And this is done out of Knit Picks Felici in the Firefighter colorway. And so the couple days going with Jimmy to school, well, not going with him, but driving with him, letting him drive.
Being along for the ride.
Yeah, because I didn't know how parking was going to be. And since his classes are so early, parking was fine. So that's another reason why he decided I can do this. So I did a little bit of knitting while he was driving, and today we went for errands, so it's getting there. It's a couple more inches. I just leave it in my purse. Yeah, and this is the second one, and it's the Limb Knit Crochet Toe, Rounded Toe, Fish Lips Kiss Heel, Magic Loop on size 1, 2.25s.
I guess I need to take you out on a photo adventure again so I can get my sock done.
I know. And that's in my Just Keep Knitting bag from Bay Area Knitter. This one attracts the cat hair. And I swear Cosmo and Trouble, the white cats, come immediately to this
the
bag.
dark bag,
Yeah. That's why most of the time it is in my purse, so.
Keep it clean. Huh?
Yeah. So then I was really kicking butt on this because it's in my hand spun, and once you start knitting with your hand spun, it's just, and the pattern is so much fun. It's the Call Me Cowl Shawl, and it's by Allie Coffee. And whenever I say her name, I think I want some coffee. And here it is on Ravelry. And it is in my rusted stitch bag. You can see on the tag. And I love this bag. It just, I just love petting it.
The texture.
The texture of it. It's just, oh. And I'm doing this on size 6 needles. And I really thought I could have it done today. That's why my square is not done. But I'm adding to the pattern because I will show you why in a minute. You can see my Dicky-Doo. It's my Sucre miniature ham.
See and how much you've done.
Yeah, you can see I did from the orange up. So I am so in love with this pattern. It is so much fun.
And the color,
and and it's my hand spun. And I'm to the purple, and I'm like, but I was also to the blue was where I would have stopped for the bind off, and I'm like, I've got to have
you
the
gotta
purple.
do the purple in there.
You know, it's like because this is just so awesome. It looks
and
so
cool. And the way the color's fitting, it's actually fitting perfectly into the pattern.
Yeah, her pattern.
So that
the repeats of it.
Yeah, the repeat. So, and you have one more color. It's like,
it's like, So I'm going to do another
repeat.
A repeat of both of the sections. And then bind it off.
Stop a little short.
Yeah.
Just because we had this whole discussion this morning when she's like, should I bind it off or should I'm like, no, you got to get the purple in there.
Because I know if I did just the stockinette section thing, when I bind off, that's going to roll. So I would need to do that section and then the garter where I can do a bind off so it doesn't roll.
Yeah. Well, you're probably going to change up the bind off because they actually call for like a cable
I-cord.
I-cord.
Yeah.
But that'll use up more yarn.
Yeah.
And so if you do more of the pattern and then do just like a stretchy bind off, then you can show more of the purple and then get all of the color because it's neat the way the way you spun that and that the way the colors all
it's running away.
You know.
Yeah, that's because I'm like, oh, I've got to have because I could have quit and it'd have been done as the pattern because it didn't have any of the purple for when I was supposed to start the bind off, and I'm like, I've got to have the purple in there too to make it the full, rainbow.
Well, you got all of your hand spun in there, and then a hunk of purple that didn't make it in. It's like why not just keep going?
Yeah, so I'm going to add to it. Yes, it would have been done for the podcast, but yeah, I thought I've got to get that. So you'll see it next week, and I'm not going to block it too aggressively because I'm loving how it's looking. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. And this I will block on a round, I put my mats together and
fold it over.
So it's a round blocking out. So super great pattern. I'm having so much fun with it. And
you see how much she's got knit on it, It's because of the color too. It's like, ooh, can I get you the next color?
It's like I have to do the green section or, and so, yeah. And that's how it's been because, I thought, oh, I can't leave it right now. And I don't know why I'm piling it up on your side. So then last week on Super Bowl day.
Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't know. I saw this pattern on Instagram. And I had commented on it. And it was actually the designer who I commented on. I didn't even had realized it was the designer when I commented, oh my gosh, I love that pattern. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Ravelry and I'm like, oh, I've got the perfect yarn. And so I bought it, cast it on. That'll be my Super Bowl knitting. And it is the Asbury Park shawl and by Karen Michelle. I knit to purl to. I'll show you a picture of it. Waiting for it to load. This is what it looks like. And I just fell in love with it. And then when I knew I had the yarn, the perfect yarn for it. This is Initiatives. See, I screw that up every time. And it is her Tootsie Base sock yarn in the Smarty colorway 90% merino, 10% nylon. I'll show you that. It's in my rosy retro bag. And this is the colorway. So it's very similar to even what was used, except a little brighter. So size 2 Hayahayas. Most of my needles are the Hayahayas, even what you use.
Yeah.
So there I had started this. This is Super Bowl knitting. Not too much because Super Bowl was actually good.
Too busy paying attention to what's going on with
that and the commercials. So yep, super fun because you have to do a full little leafy thing there. So yep, and that's also a rosy retro stitch marker. Kind of blends in, but it's a little flower. It just went.
Yeah, it all matches.
It all matched. So yep.
It all has to match.
Yes, it does. So started that, and I only knit on it that day because I was busy playing. Might have been 2 days. But, yeah, super fun pattern, and so that'll be probably this next week. Get more of that because she's having a knit along in her group for this too, or is it just on? Yeah, in her group.
Well, I'm sure once you finish up.
Because there's so many knit-alongs. The rainbow one is the rainbow along and the suburban stitcher, and there's always tons of knit-alongs going on. And you almost need to make a list of I want to do because I'm thinking Juliana Pacini, she has it's the fiber FIBRE. Just went right out of my head. I remember the fiber part. But she's having a knit along, with her galactic hat. And it's like, ooh, I want to add that on my list. It's like I can only knit so much in February.
Because I keep finding...
because I keep finding rainbow, because this could be for the rainbow along, because it's rainbow colors, That needs to be longer, the rainbow along, because I have so many rainbow colorways, and February is a short month.
Yeah, I know.
So
it's losing a couple days.
I know.
Just got to stay up later, not go to bed so early, huh?
No.
Yeah. Well, your knitting gets a little crazy when you start to fade off at the end of the day, and don't do a complicated pattern.
Yeah.
Because you'll be undoing it in the morning.
So then I've been spinning, and I don't think I have what I'm using. Oh, yes, I do. It's the Black Trillium Fiber Studio. See, she's in Canada too. Fiber. F-I-B-R-E. And this is Merino Roving in the Watermelon colorway. And I'm going to be adding this to a plain, well, not a plain, it's a salmon colored merino. So I get a whole bunch of yardage once I
apply
it. We're not even close to that point. I'm still on the Black Trillium.
You still got a big bag of
it's
fiber that needs to be spun up.
Well, because I bought it when I first got my will, so it's at least 5 years old or more.
It's been
and
a while.
so it has compacted. So I'm having to really prep it before I can even spin. And then usually Papi Chulo is on my lap, so he thinks that's really neat when I'm prepping it. And he's like, "Oh, can I do that?" And he's good. Usually he just sleeps, How he can sleep when my legs are going like this.
Because you're rocking him to sleep. It's like,
no, maybe that's it, huh?
That's pretty comfy.
So, and then I wanted to show, because I showed this last week finished. This is my Advent calendar shawl. But I did block it this week. And it grew a little bit because it opened the lace up. So I thought I would go ahead and show it.
Yeah.
Since it's all blocked. I was going to wear it today, but it was too hot, and I chose to wear a red shirt instead.
I know. For Valentine's Day.
Yeah. You have to wear. You wore yours. Don't get bit.
Yeah.
Because not only is it Valentine's Day,
it's also
more importantly,
the
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead starts up again tonight. So
8 Central.
So hopefully you watched it if you're a Walking Dead fan.
Yeah. And I know Desert Vista Dye Works is coming out with a new colorway today. She has it in black and white, so you don't really know what it's going to be yet. She has a lot of Walking Dead-esque
There's
colorways.
Got to be a lot of red in there.
Yeah, between her Zombody colorways and her Don't Kill Glenn or Don't, I was thinking
it's all
don't
themed
kill.
up.
Yeah,
all
it's all
themed off to the
it's really
Walking
cool.
Dead. So
yeah.
pretty cool.
So we are at Squeal like a pig.
Yeah.
And I'm watching my son over there on the couch. He's in our
have
studio audience today.
Our live audience there.
As he mimics me.
We've got Jimmy, we've got Dundee, and we got Weasley all out
they're all
here
sitting on the chairs
watching us record today.
So, Squeal like a pig, since it is yesterday, if you're watching today, Valentine's Day. I got a bag from James and Jimmy, from me and my dog and some yarn. And that's Kimberly. She's also known as Black Horse on Ravelry. And this is her card. And on the card is a stitch marker. And it is it's her logo. I mean, how sweet is that?
Pretty awesome.
Which I totally squealed when I opened this, because look how perfect.
So that's a Valentine's Day bag.
But I wanted this so bad, and I'm like, do I really need more bags? And, you can't ever have too many, because guess what? A new bag means new cast on.
Yeah.
So and I love this when bag makers do this, that they put their tag, like the rusted stitch, whomever bag it is, so you remember who it is.
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting old, like me, and you forget. So yeah, inside of the fabric is the hearts, like on the outside here, and a cute. I love handles.
Yeah.
Because I am more standing up knitting than
You're mobile.
I'm mobile. So it can be with me. Plus, this is awesome. Look at this. It is a snap. So really, I could hook it to my belt, which would make me even more mobile. Or if you spin, you could hook it to your spinning wheel and it snaps. So that, it could be used for a lot of things. And then it has the little ties and, so it can smush in my purse really good too. So I wanted this so bad.
Valentine's Day surprise.
I had hinted to him and, showed him the Etsy page, and so yeah.
See, I've got the maleness going on my side that she doesn't think I'm ever going to pick up on stuff like that, and then I can surprise her with it. Because I was surprised she didn't say, "Oh, that bag that I've been wanting is out of the shop," because I went and bought it. I was waiting for it to ship, and she never said anything, so I didn't know if you had figured out that I was going to get it for you. But anyway, so she was quite surprised.
Yes, that is just too cute. Little puppa dogs.
Puppa dogs. And you like this? You said the stitching's really nice on that.
Yeah, it is. It is really done really, really nice.
And you're excited about the snapping handle.
Yeah, that is so cool. I didn't know about that. She showed it. She has a podcast, this same name, and it sounded like a bug. It was a motorcycle. And where was I going with that? And I don't think because a lot of times when I'm watching podcasts, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Because I am all over the place. So I didn't know she had the little snappy thing there.
See, little added
bonus.
surprises.
It's neat how different makers come up with all different kinds of things, and it's neat to see.
Pick and choose your favorite features. Huh?
Yeah. So then, mail call. And sounded like, what's that? Jimmy used to watch that Blue's Clues. God, how am I remembering this?
That was a day or two
ago.
They
had a whole segment on
mail,
the mail.
Yeah.
Mail time or what, I don't know. Thank God I don't remember that song. You get those little irritating songs when the kids listen to it over and over and over.
And over and over and over.
Yeah. So this was sent to me to review, and that we have a giveaway for it. So there will be a whole separate thread in the Ravelry group for this giveaway. And it'll be for 2 weeks or to the end of the month. Isn't that about 2 weeks away?
Yeah, roughly.
So, yeah. I'll put the exact date in the thread. And so this is from She Is So Whimsical. And you got to make sure you put the is. I will have it linked anyways, so you can just click it, because I think I typed in she's so whimsical, or there's 2 other people on Etsy with the similar name, and those ones come up. Someone named Katie. This is Renee. It's a long one. I'm going to make sure I get it right. Renee loves the number 2 knit. So, just so I got it all correct. So, it's a bag, and I'll open it up. Look at this. Cute little sheepies knitting. And then it has a cord drawstring. And there's no, interfacing, so it can smush in your bag, your purse and stuff. But the really cool thing is, and I was just so shocked, because, sometimes you really like the inside fabric too, and you think, she has holes here on the side. How's that work?
Push the drawstring through to the other side.
So you can, yeah.
So it's truly reversible.
Yep. Just gotta figure this out. So yeah. So then, it's like 2 in 1 bag. So there we go. So there's sheepies knitting on this side. So you can have it either way. And she has like 32 things. I'll show you her Etsy shop. If I can find it. Where's that, the wolf? Oh, that's something else. Just wait a minute. Where did it go?
Poppy was changing pages.
I know, he was like licking this, and here it is. She Is So Whimsical. Handmade bags with a bit of whimsy. There's 32 items right now. 29 are reversible, and then there's 3 that are non-reversible. But you can go and look. There's like 2 pages. And why I'm doing it as a separate giveaway is because she would like you to go visit and favorite her Etsy shop. And then in the thread in the group, you must be a member, of course, that's normal rule, member of our Wolf Farm group. She would like to know what other type of bags she should feature in her shop, like wedge bags, zippered pouches, tote bags, what kind of bags you prefer, whether, the ribbon cording, or, if you want hooks or handles or
pockets, or
just what you like about bags, where she can add different things to her shop. She would like your input. So that's the question, and I'll have that listed in the thread for you to go respond.
And then after that, when that
wraps up, I'll do a random
giveaway.
Random giveaway, and this is, I'm going to leave it packaged up. So this is the way you will get it. It's the same exact bag. So I thought that was really cool. And of course, another bag means another project. So, yeah. So thank you so much, Renee, and I hope you get a lot of responses and input, and go check out her shop. So, and she's where it's freezing, Apple Valley, Minnesota. Yeah. We have an Apple Valley here because I'm like, Apple Valley.
And say Apple Valley has probably got the springtime weather that we're getting.
Yep, she's probably in the burr.
Yeah, I can imagine.
In the burr. So then, in the arena, I wanted to mention we have our winter hatchet knit going on, and we have Packy Knits Designs. She is donating a prize. That's not Packy Knits. Where'd she go? Dundee, is she the one that you... It's here. Heidi, I promise. And she's got some leg warmers and more yarn in her shop and stitch markers. But she's giving away a skein or something from her shop. I think it was a skein of yarn from her shop. She also has the Wolf 16 until May. So you get 16% off in her shop if you use that code. And then we also have Left Field Knitter, and she's got stitch markers and bags. And she is sent a bag and stitch markers as a giveaway. So we have those prizes. And I wanted to show a couple. I thought we haven't done an in the arena in a while, and I thought, because we have had tons of projects entered for our Hatch in It, and Kay Willow, who is a Valentine's baby, has entered some socks. So our Hatch in It is where you can enter anything. This is just gorgeous. Linda's shawl here. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, it's so pretty. So, anything you knit, crochet. Yeah, Worcester, she always has cute things. She did a lot of cute Valentines for her husband and stuff. But you can fiber, spinning, crochet. See, here's some crochet. Danger Mouse. So, yeah, I thought I would highlight some of the
entries and neat projects that are going.
Oops. So, yeah, I thought I'd show a couple of them. Where's the first page? See, someone's entered knitting Mary B. just her husband's Valentine's Day socks, and
we have to put them up after Valentine's Day. Gift is
Little Mermaid always has awesome socks in the thread. So if you haven't gone to this thread,
you want some inspiration about
it
stuff
is
to
like
do.
Amazing inspiration, and
so inspire someone else and put your stuff in there. And
Looney Hiker's Noodle. So it's really fun. So I thought I would highlight you guys and.
But yeah, you have any of your finished projects go in there, and like I said, you could win a prize out of our Hatch in It gift pile, our prize pile.
Well, I know Alita Kate. I was looking.
I know you get some inspiration just from looking. Yeah. It's like, oh, I got to do that. Oh, I got to do that. So
and then the queue grows, and yeah.
So that's how you learn about other neat patterns and projects that you didn't otherwise know, and then you end up needing more bags, right, to have all your projects in. So you don't ever get bored.
Yep. And then I want to mention we've gotten some. I mentioned this last week, but not everybody watches every week, so I thought I would mention it again. And we're giving away a skein of Volmais for those that subscribe to our YouTube. Because I know most watch in iTunes.
Or the download, like the podcast
download. They grab from the iTunes, so, so I thought to get our subscribers higher on the YouTube, we'd give away a skein of Volmais once we hit over 1,000, because then it'll bounce,
Yeah, so if you're pulling us down from the RSS feed, or you're pulling us down from iTunes, you can still hop over to YouTube and subscribe just to...
Because that's a way for other people to find the podcast, and just like on iTunes, you do the star rating or comments, and that's how it keeps, And
then once we get to the 1,000, we'll pick from our subscriber list.
Yep.
So you got to be in there to get the free skein of yarn.
Get the yarn.
So.
Yep. And it's a huge skein. It's like 510 yards, so you can make a really big shawl or a pair of socks. So I think that is about it.
All right. Well, wanted to remind you that we do have I have a puppy
sleepy
in my
baby.
I got a puppy in my lap, so I'm gonna move around here gently. But we do have our Wolf Farm Video Podcast button. You can get one of those for free with any paid order at Wolf Farms. Just ask for that in the comment section when you're checking out, and we can stick one of those in your order so that you can decorate your knitting bag or your, whatever, and a little decorative there. We have the Amber Romance on sale, 25% off, plus other sale items in our sales section. So you'd swing on by and check that out. And I think that is about it.
Yeah, time to go get busy on the farm.
That's it. Time to go finish my garden area.
Yeah.
So we can get on to other things.
So until next time.
Let's get cracking.
Hatch and knit.
Bye, y'all.